of California. Welcome. Good to see you, Representative. And tell us how you stand on this issue and what you think is going to happen.
Well, right now I plan on voting for this tax package. I think the panel did a fantastic job of laying out the pros and the cons. But, you know, the big question and what I have to ask myself is could we really get a better deal next year? I don't believe that Harry Reid and President Obama are going to be more likely to be more favorable to these tax cuts next year than they are now. So I plan to vote for the tax package.
As it is, and that includes the 35% rate on inheritance tax, correct?
Well, yes, that's a big part of it. I think that we've sort of been lost in the weeds, that this is the final sticking point people would think is the estate tax. But really, this is about a tax increase on every and all American if we don't pass this now. I am one who believes that if we do not lower the estate taxes once they're put back in place, that small businesses are going to be paying the price, and that is going to be a tax on job creators. And let me tell you, I've been in the small business world, and I know that the first person you have to pay is the tax man. If you want to grow your business or hire a new employee, it's not going to happen if you're paying that tax man first.
Let's go back to the estate tax, though. Under the president and Senator Mitch McConnell's plan, it would be 5 million estates on $5 million or more, and the rate was pretty acceptable to a lot of people we have been speaking with. Yet there are others who say, no, don't go for this.
Well, you know, again, this is where we're getting really lost in the weeds here, and it's sort of this, you know, class warfare, if you would. Again, we do not want tax raises on any American, and that's what's going to happen on the first. To get lost on this little part of it, it's sort of like a red herring for the Democrats, and I don't think we ought to do it. I'm going to support this package. I wish it were better. I wish these tax cuts were permanent. That's not the case, but again, next year it's not going to be more favorable than it is currently.
Will Republicans, with the new Congress as the majority, try to change the tax code as it is? We saw this plan by the Deficit Commission to cut our rates down to 2, bring rates down, get rid of a lot of the tax deductions. Will something like that be in the cards for 2011?
It's certainly my hope that it is. Like, and I represent one of the best districts, I think, in America. And I have phone calls from people who are so stressed out come April because they have to prepare their taxes. These are seniors who not only paying the taxes, but the hard work that it goes into getting their taxes prepared. We need to streamline and really make tax preparation easier on the American people. We need to discuss all of the options that the deficit panel talked about. I know my constituents are talking about it, and Congress should too.
Okay, and then let's talk about representatives who are Republicans as well, Congresswoman, who say they won't vote for this. What do you say to them?
Again, well, I'm married to one of those. You know, I believe Connie's looking at voting the other way, so we have a very interesting household. But, you know, there are people who believe that we should be fighting for permanent tax relief, and they're right. And those voices need to be out there. And, of course, the more...
Yeah, but that's not this right now. I mean, isn't it sort of, as Steve Forbes has said here, let's not let, what is it, David, the perfect be the enemy of the good?
Well, the perfect being the enemy of the good is one of the favorite slogans around this town. There are a lot of people, and the people who believe in the perfect, their voices are very important because that, of course, helps the negotiating table on which side you move with any compromise. Those voices should be out there, and they're very important, and they're very critical. Again, for me and for what I believe, that if we don't pass this today, that we will be looking at a tax increase on every American come January 1, which is, what, 2 weeks away.
Thank you very much, Congressman. Great to have you here. Please come back again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, cooking up a $1.1 trillion with a T dollar spending bill with a lot of juicy pork inside.
A Senate omnibus mud fight heating up.